What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. Didn't do any shows over the weekend, but I'm pretty sure it was like 10 and 7 over the weekend. So did make a little bit of money there. See if we can keep that going here to start this week. Vino, good to be back with you. How's everything for you?
Weekend was good overall. Really, really good day Saturday. On all fronts, NBA, college hoop, NFL. Gave some back in NFL yesterday, but college hoop remained good. One play I was talking to you about it off air. Houston Cougars team total over 80 and a half, pretty easy. So made money for the weekend. Look forward to kicking off a new week and making some more.
Man, CJ sucks, Rob,
Oh wow.
I don't know what happened to that guy. He just like fell off a cliff the way he was playing from his rookie year till now. It's like unrecognizable, the player. Um, I don't know. I don't know what happened to him, but they might be looking for a new quarterback over there in Houston.
Yeah, it is crazy, man. I mean, he runs around back there like he's running from the cops and just flings the ball anywhere. And it's like, what the hell are you doing, dude?
Got his
But
lineman hurt because he want to jump and try to. CJ, man.
not
I
good.
can't I can't keep taking up for CJ anymore. I got his. That's it, Rob. He's on his own from here on out.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk some NBA. Um, we have a few games. Not gonna put any banners up. One game I really want to talk about. The rest, I mean, OKC and Cleveland opened up 6.5. Looks like 5.5 for OKC now. They are on the road. Total did come down about 4 points to 229.5. Hardenstein out. Um, Jalen Williams out. And it does look like that's J Dub out. J Dub is out for this game. For the Cavs, Dean Wade is probable. No Garland, no Merrow, no Struce. Cavs have been playing better lately, Rob Vino. They still don't play a whole lot of defense. This OKC team, I feel like they still ever since. I mean, it for their standards, they've been inconsistent. Um, I still think they can score on this Cavs team. Obviously, it hurts with no J Dub. This is a game I'm having trouble playing here, Rob Vino. How are you viewing OKC and Cleveland?
Yeah, for me, the other side was hard because I don't really like Cleveland necessarily without Darius Garland, without Sam Merrill, without guys that can shoot the basketball. They've been without Max Struess for a while, but kind of puts the whole load on Donovan Mitchell's shoulders and whatever the front line can do. But I feel like Chet can offset some of the stuff that Mobley does. So I wanted to get to Oklahoma City because they lost the other night to Miami straight up. But I'm with you. They had been pretty good the three before that, but then to lose that game, now be on the road for what is it? I think it's the third and four in a four-game trip. I believe they have one more left. Just couldn't find enough advantages here either way, Ski, to play this one. So I let it go. The next game in the rotation, I did play.
This next game in the rotation is Clippers in Washington. Opened up 5.5. Looks like 6.5 or 7, depending where you shop for the Clippers. Total went up as well from 223.5 as high as 226.5. Looking at injuries, Bogdanovich out, Jones out, Leonard out, Paul out. For the Wizards, still no Trae Young, no Bilal, no Vucevic. Um, the Wizards did cover their last game versus the Nuggets. I mean, they were absolutely pathetic ever since they made that trade until then, but they did cover that last game. Um, I still don't think the Wizards are a team that's trying to win, honestly. The Clippers, I don't think they've been so great ATS wise without Kawhi Leonard. Um, that would make me hesitate, but the Wizards game is almost like just pick who's gonna win and they'll cover the spread. So if you ask me that, it would be Clippers. But I don't know, I didn't get there. Did you get there in this game?
Yeah, because I played the schedule advantage here for Washington, first game off the four-game Western road trip. And to make matters worse for Washington, they played back-to-backs. Denver was the second of back-to-backs on Saturday night. Fly home, only get a day off, and then have to play a day game. Usually you get at least till 7:30 at night, but you're just home, play an early start. Clippers have had 2 days worth of rest, haven't played since Friday. and they've been playing really well. I took a look at what Washington's done defensively. Hasn't been great. In fact, the other night, Denver had, I mean, just look at what Charlotte did to Denver last night, win by 19 because Denver's marching a backup squad out there. Washington almost beat them, but they gave up a lot of points. 6 of the last 8, they've given up 117 or more. Today's Clippers team total is 116.5. So I tried that. I didn't want to lay the full price with the Clippers as the heaviest play in this game, but I do think they'll get to 117. Wizards just not playing a heck of a lot of defense right now. And it's always in the back of my mind. You mentioned it earlier, but what you said about since that Trae Young trade, doesn't seem like they're very interested in winning contests. Their coach will tell you different, but sometimes that's just coach talk.
Right. What I do worry about for the Clippers here, yes, they've been playing well. Washington's been the opposite. They've been pathetic. I mean, Clippers do also play tomorrow. Do they just overlook this game? You know, early day game they just overlook the lowly Washington Wizards. That's the only thing I'd worry about here. Other than that, it seems straightforward, like a Clippers, doing whatever they need to do in that one. Next game is the game I like most today.
Okay.
Dallas and New York opened up 10, looks like 10.5. Total went from 229.5. Actually, not a whole lot of movement. We'll still call it 229.5. You have, we all know, what's his name? Lively's been out, but you have Gafford out, PJ Washington out, D'Lo, Kyrie's been out, AD out, and then you have Cooper Flag questionable. I mean, that could be a hell of a lot of size missing for this Dallas team. Dwight Powell will be starting at center for them tonight. For the Knicks, you do have Brunson and Hart both questionable here, but they did participate, in their practice yesterday. I think that bodes well towards their chances of playing today. And I mean, this is a Mavs team off of back-to-back wins, right? Back-to-back wins for a team who's not winning very many games. It might take a little bit of an exhale here, Rob Veno. This is also a Mavs team that has not been good on the road all year long. I think they failed to cover like 9 or 10 road games. You look at the Knicks, they should be they will be the hungrier team tonight. They're off of 3 straight losses. You're fine. I mean, you could get them fully healthier tonight, and big advantage. I mean, regardless if you have Hart or Brunson or out there, which I think you'll have both, but regardless of that, huge advantage down low, huge advantage on the boards. I mean, Karl-Anthony Towns, Mitchell Robinson, it should be second chance point after second chance point after, basket in the paint. I just think there's a lot of ways for the Knicks to have success here. I think the Knicks smash. I took the Knicks minus 10.5. What do you like?
Yeah, I can't disagree with any of it, Skee. It's, one thing we should note that home teams on Martin Luther King Day, you do get a pretty frenzied crowd, and MSG will likely be one of the loudest arenas out there tonight for sure. Knicks off of 3 losses in a row. We did talk about this Dallas disadvantage at the rim last week. It's been, Dwight Powell. That's why they went out and got all these other guys, because Dwight Powell couldn't play center. That's why they have Lively. That's why they have even PJ's out, D'Angelo Russell, that we talk about the point guard situation, Cooper Flag, D'Angelo Russell. I know Nembhard's been good. Brandon Williams been good, but they're just shy way too much, Dallas, in this instance for a Knicks team that should want to get a win after 3 consecutive losses. I'm with you. It just seems like this line, I honestly, I couldn't figure out why they didn't bet it up even to 12.5. Maybe they will later. But right now, you still get the opening number, basically. So I'm with you. Got to be a Knicks play here.
All right. Next game, I don't have very much interest, honestly. Utah and San Antonio, 16.5 point spread. I'm willing to just pass on this game, Rob, unless there's anything you like.
Yeah, very briefly with Utah, it's usually total over or nothing. They score, they allow you to score. 240.5 isn't out of their range anymore. Even away from home, it's not out of their range anymore. So it's the only way I would look, but I didn't bet it.
You know what? I'm gonna skip the next game too, unless you want the Pacers and Sixers.
Nothing to say on the Sixers today.
The Nets and the Sun seems interesting. It's definitely appealing to take the Suns. They have gone up from 6.5 as high as 9 out there. Totals come down from 219 as low as 215.5. And the Nets, I'm pretty sure they have not covered a back to back this year. They're going to be without Cam Thomas, Sharp, Igor. I mean, they're not going to have a whole lot out there. For Phoenix, Devin Booker and Jalen Green are both questionable. I mean, it seems very easy to go take the Suns, especially if they're fully healthy. But the one thing I'll say is, I mean, you never know how it's going to work out when you integrate that high usage player like Jalen Green back into the lineup. Maybe he throws some things off. Um, it's just combination of that. Phoenix, I feel like they've been on a roll forever. Let me just check here. No, not
Y-
forever, but it is their fourth straight road game. They play another game tomorrow. I think they'll care more about the Sixers tomorrow than they'll care about tonight. It's just another one of those situations like that. So I can't lay with the Suns very comfortably because of that, but I don't want the Nets. So, I'm curious if this is a game you're interested in getting involved in.
Well, the Suns are 14-2 against the spread last 16. So if I'm not betting the Suns, I'm not betting at all. Like you say, Brooklyn off back to back here. Phoenix has been playing terrific, especially on the defensive end. There's just an attitude with this team now, Skee, that's way different than the one from last year. And this 14-2, like I said, I can't get in the way of that. They've held the opponent's team total. The opposing team total is now 9-2 to the under in their last 11 games. So really good defense here, winning ball games. Some of those 14-2 ATS covers are as an underdog. I get it. They're all not in this price range where they're on the road laying a fairly sizable number, but Brooklyn just offensively doesn't have much to offer here. So I'd probably look Brooklyn team total under if I was going to look at all. Um, can't play against the Suns right now.
All right. Boston and Detroit. It should be a good game actually, but I just don't have very strong opinions. I don't want to waste everybody's time. Like Martin Luther King Day, a lot of teams on back to backs, et cetera, et cetera. I just don't want to play too much today. So Boston and Detroit, it did go down from 4.5 to 3. Do you agree with the line movement towards Boston, or you think Detroit at home should get the job done?
I wouldn't say I agree with it, Ski, but I would say I could somewhat understand it just because Boston's been playing so good. We started talking about them a couple of weeks ago as to how they were all of a sudden on the Knicks' heels for division lead, and kind of quietly because they weren't shooting the ball particularly well early on. They're doing it now. All that said, I've probably said 10, 12 times this year that Detroit just seems like a team that cares about every single game. And I don't want to really play against them either because they do. They play hard every night. They're going to give you full effort here at home tonight. Understand people thinking Boston because of the way they've played lately, but I can't get there with that few points. Detroit could easily separate at the end of this game and win by more than this. So, kind of a tough look here. I even looked at the total and couldn't come up with a definitive way because I almost think it might take on a bit of a playoff atmosphere. Maybe we get a little more defense than offense, which is what you expect out of these two teams. Boston pace been slow. I don't know. It's a long-winded way of saying hard to bet it. I have conflicting arguments for both sides.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Very much a tough one. The last game is Miami and Golden State. It did come down from 6.5 to 5.5. Uh, Golden State, they've been playing well lately. They've won what 3 games in a row. The Heat did just beat the Thunder as a big underdog. Both of these teams do play tomorrow. The Warriors play the Raptors at home. The Heat play the Kings on the road. This is just I don't know. It's a little tough for me. Injury report looks like Miami will be pretty healthy minus Tyler Hero. For the Warriors, Melton, Santos, Seth Curry, all out. Draymond is probable. Man, I made some money in that last Warriors game, -7 versus the Hornets. They won in a blowout. But I don't know. I just something about the Heat. Like the Heat always play the Warriors tough. Like the Heat damn near got the Warriors number, I feel like. And let me just glance. Let me try to. pull it up here. So the Heat beat them 1, 2, 3. They beat them the last 3 times. Then the Warriors won, beating the 2 times before that. They beat them 5 of the last 6 times. Maybe there's some kind of matchup here that just bothers the Warriors. I don't know, Vino. Just the thought of Miami playing well, beating the Thunder like that, and this being a matchup they've thrived in makes me not want to lay against them. Makes me lean Miami or nothing in this game. What do you think?
Yeah, I made a pretty good score on Golden State total wise over the course of the last couple of weeks. Skee, I don't know. I stumbled upon the first one and then saw the game and was like, these guys are playing really good offensively. Came back with it was either team total or full game over. But their team total, just for what it's worth, 5-1 over the number the last 6. They've been playing really good offensive ball. You look at the final scores, they all um if you take opponent into context, they all come within the number that's given tonight in this full game. And that being said, Miami, 242, 233, 248, 236. They've been up there again as well after kind of a low in offense. But Tyler Hero had come back and took a couple of games for him to get back into the swing of things. And since then, they've kind of taken off. So I think over is the right play here. I don't think either defense is going to be the best unit on the court here. And I think both sides can score. So in modern day, 240 is really not asking too much anymore. And the way these guys are playing offense, the two of them, I think it probably gets over. My initial lean when I first looked, I was going to go ahead and play Golden State team total over. Then I saw the number. I said, well, 123, maybe that's too rich. So turned my attention to the full game. Want to include everybody here because they both can score. Wouldn't surprise me who the winner ends up being, but I think 240 or more is what they land on in the final score.
All right, good stuff, Vino. Think we did a pretty good job capping these NBA games for Monday. Now we can move on over to best bets. Actually, put this up on the screen. We usually put this up because this is a pretty good one. 7-day all access for $69. You're pretty much getting 7 days for the price of 3. Comes out to under $10 per day, and this is all sports. So for NFL playoffs, we do got a lot of college basketball going right now. NBA, we're doing a little bit of everything there, Rob Veno. On that note, I'm going to pass it back to you. I'll ask you if there's anything else you would like to promote. And if you have a best bet for the show, we'd love to hear it. If you don't, all good.
Yeah, real quick for anybody interested in the college football national championship game tonight, I do have a play up and available on that. Indiana, Miami, of Florida contest for best bet Skee. I'll go back to the beginning of the card, and it is a day game. You guys still have an hour left to get it if you want to tail, but I'm on the LA Clippers team total over 116.5. Discuss the reasons why. I just think it's a bad scheduling spot for Washington, a team that hasn't played a lot of defense over the course of the last couple of weeks, really all season, but especially the last 2 weeks. 6 of the 8 opponents they've played have all reached 117 or better. So for best bet, and a game that I'm already on, the Clippers team total over 116.5.
Good stuff from Robino. And for myself, I'm gonna keep looking throughout the day for college basketball. We've been doing some work in college basketball. But I'm gonna leave my NBA best bet. It is the New York Knicks minus the 10.5. Gave a lot of reasons why they should care about this spot. They're healthy, a lot healthier than what we're looking at on the other side. A lot of advantages to be had, especially on the boards tonight. So my best bet will be the New York Knicks minus 10.5. And yeah, hopefully we can come back with a winner tomorrow. Bino, always appreciate you taking the time to cap these games with us. I always let you know it helps my process. I'm sure it helps everybody else as well. People in the chat, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We should have, I think I didn't check, but we should have some games. Yeah, we do. We have a good amount of games tomorrow. So make sure you guys come back and check us out. Good luck on all your action today, and we will catch you guys then.